So we're just gonna chant a little bit. Did you all have prasadam already? Oh, that's why you're like this. Huh? You're all fasting till midnight there or something? Okay. We're just gonna chant a little bit and then read from Bhagavad Gita, and then we'll offer the chapter bow. And you please, if you have any questions and comments in the end, we'll be happy to answer your questions. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Gopi Jana Gal Giri Bharadari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Bharadari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Bharadari Yasodanandana Rajadanandana Yasodanandana Rajadanandana Yasodanandana Rajadanandana Yasodanandana Rajadanandana Yamuna Tera Balata Yamuna Tera Balata Yamuna Tera Balata Jaya Radha Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Shitanath Premanande. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutale Shimate Krishna Krishna Goswami Prabhupada Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Satarine Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanam Jnana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sagana Raghunatan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Visakanvitam Sha He Krishna Garuna Sendo Dinabando Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalparubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So I guess there's no need for introduction for myself. I live in India for the last 22 years in Vrindavan. Before that, 5 years in Delhi. And before that, 13 years in Toronto Temple. So if you're good in math, how many years now?
38 years.
40.
25, 40 years.
40 years.
He's good in math. 98% in math.
Are you joining Toronto?
Yes, madam.
Really?
Yes. But I first heard of Krishna consciousness through Srila Prabhupada's books. I never met any devotees. I was around 14 years old in the Philippines. So I bought Srila Prabhupada's books like in a head shop or what do you call this? Hippie store. Along with some Back to Godhead magazines. We're very sorry. The sound system is not so much powerful, and I cannot exert so much of my voice. This is my very best. Huh? If you like, I'm sure they can hear from here. You can hear? You can hear? If you're too far, then I'm sorry. You need like to be in the Naimisaranya, you know, those 60,000 sages. Yeah, when Sutta Goswami was speaking, they don't need microphone and speakers and those size.
They can hear. They can hear.
They can hear, but just bear with me. So I'm gonna read from the Bhagavad Gita, a very famous book that teaches bhakti, especially this edition of As It Is, Bhagavad Gita As It Is. This book translated and purport given by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. This is the third attempt Srila Prabhupada wrote the Bhagavad Gita. The first one, his wife exchanged for tea biscuits. That's why he says, tea or me? And the wife chose chai, garam chai. So in the second one, he tried in New York. It was stolen also along with his typewriter. The cleaner or the janitor did it. And so the third time, what we have right now. So just imagine how important the Bhagavad Gita. So text 26. The most confidential knowledge, chapter 9. The Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters, and chapter 9 is in the middle, most confidential. Patram pushpang palang toyang
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
yo me bhaktya prayachati
Yo me bhaktya prayachati.
tad ahang bhakti uparitang
Tadaham bhakti varitam.
asnami prayatatmana.
Asami prayatatmana.
One more time. Patrang puspang palang toyang
Patram pushpam phalam toyam.
yomi bhaktya prayachati
Yo me bhaktya prayachati.
tad ahang bhakti uparita
Tadaham bhakti varitam.
asnami prayatatmana.
Asnami prayatatmana.
Translation. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. Everybody, please repeat. If one offers me
If one offers me
with love and devotion
with love and devotion
a leaf,
a leaf,
a flower,
a flower,
a fruit,
a fruit,
or water,
a water,
I will accept it.
I will accept it.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. For the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, in the loving service of the Lord, in order to achieve a permanent, blissful abode for eternal happiness. As this movement is meant for the intelligent class of people. Of the acharyas. Intelligent means using one's decision whether he wants to be happy in this life and life after. So not only on the weekends, but every day. And this kind of happiness is that one that is always increasing and everlasting. So in order to be truly happy, one has to be engaged in the loving service of the Lord. The process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor without any kind of qualification. Just see. The process is so perfect that it can be achieved by everyone, even of the poorest of the poor. What is that qualification? The only qualification required in this connection is to be a pure devotee of the Lord. So that is the goal of life, to purify our consciousness. Pure devotee means pure in consciousness, always thinking of Krishna 24 hours a day. Sannyas means to be serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Now, Prabhupada also, he mentions that Grihastha Sannyas. You must have heard Grihastha Brahmachari. Grihastha Brahmachari means those who are in the householder life, the ashram, whereby they have family, they have children, they're more engaged, seemingly in worldly activities. But if they are also regulated in their life, especially if they have deities at home. Deities are recommended for those who are in the Grihastha ashram. Our process is Pancharatrika Vidhi and Bhagavat Vidhi. The Pancharatrika Vidhi is that deity worship. Mm. Especially the Brahmanas are supposed to be worshiping Shalagram Shilas. I traveled all over the world and many countries where I've been. Each country they have specific deities, especially that they want to worship. In Russia, for example, we used to travel there with our Guru Maharaj. I remember first time going there in 1998 with our Guru Maharaj. So cold. We went to Vladivostok, the easterlymost part of Russia. Boundary is Japan. And after that, we went to Novosibirsk. That means Siberia. Very cold and alone, two of us. Oh, I cannot forget the kind of experience being with Guru Maharaj. And in those days, Guru Maharaj travels with his Prabhupada deities. The first deity that our Guru Maharaj worship. So in Russia, mainly they like to worship Gornitai. You know Gornitai? Yes, they are the most merciful incarnations of the Supreme Lord. We were talking about that this afternoon, about who is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is none different than Radha and Krishna combined. Lord Krishna not able to understand what is this love that Radharani is having towards him. He is God himself, but still he cannot figure that out. So he came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And to propagate the Sankirtan mission, the Yuga Dharma of this age, the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda, they're two eternal brothers. Lord Balaram, none different than, Lord Nityananda, none different than Lord Balaram. Expansion of Lord Balaram. The same, the Adi Guru, the original spiritual master. Now, Srila Prabhupada, he commissioned one of his disciples, couples, to produce Gornitai dolls and sell it everywhere. Everywhere. He says even a meat eater can worship Gornitai. Do you know that? Now you know. Gornitai can be worshipped by the Malechas, Yavanas, lower than Sudras, because they don't take any offenses. But that doesn't mean if you have Gornitai that you're okay, Gornitai, no offenses, okay, I can do whatever I like. No, there's a system in deity worship. Now, in Mauritius, South Africa, I also go. I go there at least once a year. They like worshiping Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. Yeah. There are many, many Rath Yatras in Mauritius. It's a small island. Huh? And in America, they like worshiping Radha Krishna. Now, Radha Krishna takes 100% offense. So it's not, no, you have to be extra, extra careful when you worship Radha Krishna. And before you worship Radha Krishna, especially, any deities that you wish to serve, it's best that you ask your Guru Maharaj. It's not that, oh, my friend, they're worshiping Radha Krishna or Gornita, let me do also, without permission. And especially nowadays, the fashion is that to worship Shalagram Shilas or Giri Govardhan. Now, Giri Raj, especially, not supposed to go out of Vrindavan. The Brajabasis, if they see you in Govardhan, you're taking Shila or stone. Govardhan. Giriraj, he is the best of the servants. Huh? Haridashavariya. So if you take, they'll say, no way. They will not let you do it, even if you give them some donation. You have to ask the permission of the Brajabasi to do that. And it says that if you take Govardhan Shila, you have to also put the same equal amount of gold, the same weight as the Govardhan Shila. Now I've seen many temples, in North America also. They're huge, huge Giriraj. I wonder if they put the same amount of gold over there. Seriously, so many Govardhan Shilas now. And during Prabhupada's times, no Govardhan Shilas, puja or Shalagram Shila. Because Govardhan Shila is none different than Krishna, so we have to be very, very careful. There's no need of patista. There's no need of installation. It's very elaborate to install deity. You welcome the deity. You welcome Krishna to be there. In India, we witness so many installations of deities. Now, the worship of the Lord at home, the standard is not the same as the worship at the temple. The standard. Hmm? Sometimes I will see grihastas, they worship their deities with pajamas. It has to be clean though. It's okay, no problem. That's okay. But don't worship the Lord with denims or, not taking bath or not brushing your teeth and just like, no. At home also, you have to be careful. The way how you treat Krishna, the way he will reciprocate to you. If you see the deities are made of stone, marble, wood, and so on, material things, material elements, then the Supreme Lord also will reciprocate accordingly. It's like today, we're worshiping Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra with 56 items. 56 items. In India, we call it Chapan Bhog. Yeah? This originated actually when Lord Krishna, he lifted the Govardhan hill for how many days? 7 days. Lord Krishna will always be the object of worship, the object of everyone to please. This is Vrindavan. Prabhupada says, I was just hearing class this morning. Prabhupada says, Vrindavan mood means everyone wants to please Krishna, not to please themselves. This is the opposite of the material world. Non-devotees, they want to please themselves, or extended wise, they would like to please their family members. This is what you call extended sense enjoyment, extended sense gratification. Because in the material world, I want to make my wife happy. I want to make my child happy. I will fulfill all of their desires. It doesn't matter, even if we all go to hell. I will want to make them happy. But that's not the right proper thing. Happiness, it says here, is eternal. It's permanent and it's full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. So, Lord Krishna, uh, 5,000 years ago, he appeared. Uh, Ultimately, in the Bhagavad Gita says, what? Patram puspam palam toyam. Yeah, if one offers me with love and devotion. And also, he appeared specifically to annihilate the demons and to save his devotee, please his devotee, and also to establish the principles of religion. Hmm. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya sajuskitam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Hmm. Dharma samsnapanam tayam. Hmm. So, so dharma to establish the principles of religion. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir babati bharata. So, but it says though that Lord Krishna, he appeared especially to attract us to go back home, back to Godhead. That is the main reason why Lord Krishna came, or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for that matter, to attract us so that we'll go back home, back to Godhead. Because this is not our original habitat. Our original home. Have you heard of that saying? Home, sweet home? Yeah? Or in India, they will say, Om, sweet Om. We're like fish out of the water. How can fish be happy outside of the fish habitat, place, or home? So we're here, we're trying to be happy, but it's not possible. So, in order for us to be going, have that attraction to go home where we belong, is that Lord Krishna manifested himself in so many different incarnations. And one of them also is Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. Jagannath is none different than Lord Krishna. Balaram is Balaram, Baladev. And then Subhadra, the younger sister, Yogamaya. Hmm? And in India, Lord Jagannath also is being worshipped in Jagannath Puri. How many of you have been inside the temple? Good. How many of you would like to go inside the temple? There you go. I've been inside. Now, Jagannath, they have a rule. Not Jagannath, but the administration. Jagannath, it means the Lord of the universe. Now, if Lord Jagannath is the Lord of the universe, everyone should be allowed to go inside. Even at the time of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he was the district magistrate. This is the highest position that one can have during the British rule. No one goes beyond that. So, as a district magistrate, he was the one who managed Jagannath Mandir, Jagannath Temple. And he did not break the social custom, the tradition. They don't allow the Videshis to go inside. That means the Westerners or those who are not following the principles of Hindu Dharma. Even, what's her name? Gandhi? Indira Gandhi? Oh, she was the prime minister, right? Ruling the country. Where is Jagannath Puri? Inside India. And she was not allowed. And if you go there, if you stay a long time in America, your color will also become, like Americans. And yeah, seriously, if you go inside and you have a very, let's say, uh, not so dark color, they will not let you in. That's true. Because here you don't get sunshine, right? Or you stay mostly inside. Then
Abhay was not loud one.
there you go. He looks like American, right?
And he would speak Odia.
He's speaking Korean. Yeah, yeah. But I was able to go inside.
Hansapriya was not allowed.
Hansa Priya also. So don't be like an American, man. Don't look to be an American. Yeah. So I went inside one time, and I don't think I will go inside again. Because if they find out that you are, because they will ask you, what's your gotra? Yeah. And our gotra is what? Achuta gotra, right? So you know what I did? I was with few devotees from Mayapur, and we went nighttime because Lord Jagannath also gives darshan at night, like even 10 o'clock. There's unpredictable the time, and so I was brahmachari then, and I have to change my color of dhoti and kurta into white because they know ISKCON devotees. They always have new dhoti and kurta. So I went with the banyan, like normal, yeah, pilgrim. And one panda came to me. He's trying to find out who am I? Because they're very sharp. But the devotees are friends of the pandas. So he started to speak to me in Hindi. I don't know what language it is. Maybe Oriya. You know what I did? But I'm not smiling. I cannot smile because that means I'm deaf and dumb. He's asking me, Manipuri? I cannot understand what you're talking about, and I don't speak. So in this way, I pretended like that. And I went inside. It's a big place. There is like a marketplace where, Prabhupada says they can feed 10,000 devotees in one shot without prior notice. This is how big. It's like a marketplace of prasad. Now, the way they cook there, we've heard, and I didn't see because no one can see the cooking. No one can see the traditional in stove with wood as the fuel. They have stocks of clay pots, one on top of the other. It is mystical that if the top is cooked, that means all of those pots already cooked. And they have so many cooks, they have so many stoves. Now, when they offer to Lord Jagannath the prasad or the boga, they have like a small, they have the passage that no one can see the offering. He says that even if a dog sees the offering, they have to cook again. Because for 7 days, Lord Krishna did not eat. This is the longest time that the Brajavasis be able to have darshan of Lord Krishna. So everyone was very much in ecstasy that no one did anything except to have darshan of the Lord. Because this is what they always want to be with Lord Krishna. That even the gopis, they curse Lord Brahma. You are an imperfect creator. You made our eyelids close. Even for a moment, we don't want Krishna to be not seen. That's why was that prayers of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Yuga itam nimeshena chaksusa prapisayitam. That even a moment of not having you is like considered to be 12 years or more. Now, that one moment is Lord Brahma's moment, 12 years. You know what's 12 years? How many years is that? 4.32 billion years. We're talking about that. 4.32 billion years, one day. That means 12 hours. Now, 8.6 billion years, 24 hours, times 365 times 12. That's a lot. So, in Jagannath Puri, there is no, in the temple, I don't see a lot of, I don't think there is a lot of electricity whereby there is electricity, but the lamp, there's only one lamp I'm seeing in the main temple. That is very difficult. It's so dark because it's nighttime. And if you go way at the back, then you'll see where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Garuda Stamba. Garuda Stamba. That means where Garuda Dev, Garuda Ji. I think you have in ISB.
Yeah, we do.
Right? Right at the back. You notice that? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, right at the back. Radha Govinda Temple also in New York. Or even in Mayapur, there is also Garuda. But that Garuda in Mayapur is like Bali, Indonesian Garuda. Yeah? In the courtyard. So, and I felt because there's an imprint of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body on the wall. So they offer these 56 items after that lifting of Govardhan Hill, after the whole lila whereby King Indra asked for forgiveness. He wanted to devastate all of Vrindavan. Actually, he wanted to kill all the Brajabasis out of false ego. He thought that this offering should be for me, but why is it that is being offered to Giriraj? Hmm. So he wanted to devastate the whole of Vrindavan. So he sent this torrential rain. Huh? But he says that this rain did not touch Giriraj because it was protected by chakra. Again, the chakra. We were talking about that this morning. The weapon of Lord Krishna, to protect his devotees. So this it says that Krishna is being offered 8 times food by Mother Yasoda. 8 times, like every 3 hours or so. Yeah, Krishna, as a young boy, it's like Prabhupada was asked, how do we know how much we offer to Krishna Balaram? What is the quantity? The Pujari asked Srila Prabhupada in the early days of Krishna Balaram Mandir. And Prabhupada says, just like you're feeding a young boy, a growing up boy. And if you see the picture of Krishna Balaram at the time of installation, they look like not so chubby, a little patla. But now, when you see them, chubby face. Same with Radharasa Bihari. The tailor who is making, is stitching, he left his body now. He's a Muslim.
Abdul.
Yeah, he's a Muslim. Yeah. So he was amazed that now the measurement increases because Krishna is alive. He's not made of stone or marble. So Lord Jagannath is offered this chapan bhog every day because of this, after this Govardhan Lila. And Many temples also follow in these footsteps. Just like Janmastami time, will offer not just chap and bhog, 108 preparations. One time we were invited in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Any one of you have been to Bangladesh? Are you from there? Hare Krishna. Number one worst traffic in the world. we, we're going so nearby, but we're standing there like a parking lot. The car didn't the car didn't move for 2 hours. I don't know what's going on. Is that correct? Number one worst. I thought Philippines is worst. So yeah, we were invited there, and it was Janmastami. So many preparations. There's amazing devotees. The hospitality is number one. They have this Vedic culture intact, even though there are many Muslims around. Um, and the next day after Janmastami is what? Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja. So the next day, again, the preparations, the whole temple room practically is filled up with preparations. So here, it says, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. So, what is the main ingredient of what we are offering to Krishna? Love and devotion. It is not the masala. No. You may prepare very nicely, but if you don't chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, this is the main ingredient. Our offering actually, it says whatever we do in bhakti. Well, no, we're not even doing bhakti yet. Maybe some of you do. We're just making an effort to do bhakti, because bhakti is very rare. Bhakti, Bhagavan, and Bhakta, these three are very rare in this world. You don't find a pure devotee every day. Maybe in ISB, all of you are pure devotees, but no, it's very rare. Mm-mm. To find a caliber like Srila Prabhupada, do we find the same caliber as Srila Prabhupada every day? But he made a lot of pure devotees also, his disciples. Mm. Pure devotee doesn't think anything for himself. He only thinks for Krishna, to serve Krishna. He is the friend of everyone. A pure devotee is a friend of everyone. It's like Srila Prabhupada would sign his the letters. Your ever well wisher. Krishna is also our eternal friend. Our spiritual master also is our eternal friend. A pure devotee of the Lord, he always thinks about the welfare of others. For himself, he will not. He will not. This is a pure devotee. Very rare. Bhakti, Bhakta, and Bhagavan. Bhagavan only comes once in one day of Lord Brahma. That's a long time. Yeah. So, with love and devotion, when we say love, it seems to be synonymous. Devotion means dedication. Devotion, dedication, being solely only for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. And so you must be careful also not to eat outside, except devotees prepared those items, like eating in a vegetarian restaurant, vegan restaurant. Because karma is transferable. Whoever cooks, that preparation, part of the karma of the person, the consciousness of the person also is being transferred to what he cooked or she cooked. So one must be very careful in this way. Even if you said, "Oh, I paid for it," huh? What about when you travel? Some devotees, they will bring a rice cooker with them. If they stay in a hotel, they will cook khichdi themselves. I know some devotees in Dubai. This is what they will do. They're very strict. They will not eat outside. Mm-mm. But sometimes, your relatives may have some special occasion. Let's say weddings. Usually we go if we are invited by our family members. So you have to let them know your principle that you're a vegetarian. What to do? Because if those are being catered by, again, non-devotees, even though you may say it's vegetarian, will get affected. But when we eat food that's being cooked by devotee, it has a purifying effect in our heart, cleansing, and also our consciousness. That's why when devotees go to the temple, Prabhu, is there Mahaprasadam somewhere? Hmm. Do you have any prasadam coming offered to the Lord? It's like in Jagannath Puri, after offering to the Lord, they will give to Bimala Devi. Yeah? Then it'll become Maha Prasad. Because when the Prasad being honored by the Supreme Lord, now Krishna or Lord Jagannath, the senses are interchangeable. We eat through our mouth. Krishna can see through his eyes and he can also eat through his eyes. So when we were told that this become prasadam, but how come Krishna ate, but prasadam is still there? You've heard of Raghunandan Das Thakur, the son of Mukunda, a young boy, because Mukunda is a physician. He is a physician of the king, and he's worshiping his Gopal, the deity. So Raghunandan is a young boy. He's very innocent, but very pure in his heart. So the father said, I'm going for some errand, some work, and I want you to continue the puja for Gopal. You have, I want you to make sure that Gopal will eat. Okay. So as a young boy, he was left mm, behind and he offered something to Gopal. And he says, you better eat because otherwise I'll be scolded. My father will really chastise me heavily. So he left because when we do offering, no one should see the pujari or the devotee. After offering, he will come out and let Lord Krishna or the Gopal honor the prasad. So when he came back, the ladu is still there. He says, no, 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 you must eat because my father told me that you have to eat. So he came out again, and when he came back, when he returned, the ladu was eaten. So his father returned, and the father asked him, Raghunandan, so did you do what I asked you to do? You do the worship, and you made sure that Gopal ate? Hmm? So Raghunandan says, yes. So where is the prasad? Mahaprasad. He says, no, you told me that I have to be sure that he eats. So nothing. He ate everything. He ate everything. So now the father was a little bit, you know, suspicious. Is he telling the truth or not? Because usually children don't lie, right? Those parents. Am I correct? No, if they say something, they don't lie. Even in the play of when they were playing the Cowherd Boys and Lord Krishna, they told Mother Yasoda that Krishna ate mud, but actually he did not eat mud. Did not. This is in um, the place where there is no anxiety. Chintahara in Daban. So now the father wanted to check whether he's telling the truth or not. And then he says, "Okay, I'll be back really really quick. I still have something else to do." So he asked Raghunandan again, "Make sure that Gopal eats." So what he did after the offering of Raghunandan, actually he was hiding Mukunda, and he saw actually that Gopal was eating, and he barged in, and then Gopal half ate that ladu, and that deity is still being worshipped. Mm. So for us, we may not have that purity like Raghunandan, but rest assured that whatever bhakti we have, this is the main ingredient when we offer something to Lord Krishna. It doesn't matter what we do, even washing pots, doing arti, and the main ingredient ultimately is our chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. This is what we mentioned earlier. You can do anything and everything for the Supreme Lord, but if we don't chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra as prescribed by Srila Prabhupada, minimum 16 rounds, and to worship the Lord at the temple, you have to be Brahmana, the Artik. Brahmana means getting closer to Krishna and to the spiritual master. Now at home, you still should chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Even if you are not initiated, you can worship your deities. And again, it says Grihastas, this is one of the items in the nine processes of bhakti, Archanam. Grihastas should observe all the festivals. Now, if you have deities at home, you should also offer them opulence. Lots of offerings like Janmastami, Radhastami, Balaram Jayanti, Ramnomi, Gaur Purnima. Mm. So in this way, the more you offer Krishna with love and devotion, everything, then more you will increase your love towards the Supreme Lord. Krishna is not asking anything from us except our love. We have forgotten Krishna. We have come to this material world, we have forgotten him. And therefore, the process of bhakti is by the means by which we can again develop our loving relationship with the Supreme Lord. So today they're offering, our God brother here is offering 50 items to the Supreme Lord. And as you can see, uh, it is not the ingredients, it's not the 56 items, but he has, I can feel and I can tell that he has some dedication to his spiritual master, our spiritual master. There's some dedication towards Lord Krishna, to Lord Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. And we wish you also have increased your love and faith every day. We should not remain as children in devotional service. We have to grow up in bhakti. And then when our bhakti becomes mature, then we will be able to serve Krishna face to face one day. This is the purpose of human form of life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Are there any questions or comments or some reflections? Yes, yes, Prabhu.
There is no extra microphone. You speak louder.
Maharaj, you said karma and conscious.
Karma is transferable.
When we eat
When you eat
food offered by non-devotees,
food offered, cooked by non-devotees.
not offered.
Yeah.
So is the karma being transferred or is the conscious?
Well, karma is consciousness.
Both are just one. One.
When you have a bad karma, you have a bad consciousness. When your consciousness becomes pure, no more karma. It's like synonymous. The heart and the mind is synonymous also. When someone says, you have a heart of gold, yeah, that means your mind is peaceful. Your mind is focused on Krishna. Yeah. So karma is a law of nature that whatever we did from the past, we will reap it, either we enjoy or suffer. So consciousness is like the consciousness of the cats and dogs is very low. And that is their karma now. They will not create any more karma. Only in human form of life we are creating karma, either good or bad. So if our consciousness becomes purified, no more karma. And if our consciousness is always thinking, what's in it for me? Hmm, how to enjoy this. Consciousness means what you are always thinking of. This is the missing link between the body and the soul. Consciousness. Consciousness actually is the soul. But because misidentifying with the body as the self, then your consciousness could be that of an animal. Yeah. Uh, so we have to be careful what we eat. Number one. Mm. It's not because it's vegan or organic. Nowadays everything is organic, right? You go to Trader Joe's, organic this, organic that, and it's so expensive. Yeah, karma is expensive also. Yeah, we have to be careful. It's like in India, the rich people, they have temples even outside of their home, right? So they will hire a brahmana to do the puja. Yeah, I hope you don't do it here. Even if you're rich, you have a lot of money, you hire. I saw in Brindavan, in Loy Bazaar, there's a brahmana who'll go from store to store. Yeah, and he will do it first thing in the morning. This is what they will do arti, do puja. Yeah, the brahmana will do. So you give money to the brahmana. So he's sharing his karma to you also by doing that, because he's doing the puja and you give him some remuneration. So that's okay. That is good karma. But Prabhupada says good karma is also bad. Maharaj, what does that mean? Why? Because you still have to come back to get the result. Yeah? In India, if the father is dying, all the children will go around the villages, different villages, even village or outside nearby village. They will ask, my father owes you anything? Yeah? And my father owes you even 10 rupees? They want to make sure that the father will not come back again. to pay that 10 rupees. Isn't it, Balimarjan Prabhu? This karma. Okay? So there's nothing good in this world. Prabhupada says everything is bad. The only thing good is chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Chapan Bhog. Any other points? Yes, Mataji.
So what is the point we are offering, right? Even though if they are not devotees, somebody.
What is the point?
I mean, we are offering the food if they are not cooked by devotees.
I don't understand.
It's saying that
Somebody is not a
somebody's
devotee
devotee, they're
and they
cooking
cook.
and
Yeah.
offering to the Lord.
You cannot offer. But I'm going to tell you something. Prabhupada says when you travel and there's like, Tufan Express. Tufan Express is the slowest train in India. Tufan means fast, but that is the slowest. It's not like Rajdhani, So when you travel, Prabhupada says, and you need to eat fruits first, okay? Buy fruits. Now, if you really need to eat, you can buy other food, but it has to be hot, very hot. There's less karma in there. You'll still get karma. Hot, not spicy hot, but like temperature warm, very hot. Let's say samosa. But who would like to eat that samosa? The oil is like as black as the car, the diesels, diesel's oil. No, no, no. You get sick also. You don't know what's inside. So we cannot. Let's say you go to a restaurant, vegetarian restaurant. Sometimes devotees like to eat in Chinese vegetarian restaurant as well. Once in a blue moon, they will go. And he said, "Oh, let me offer this to Krishna." No. How can you offer that? It's like there are different personalities who are involved when you eat meat. Yeah. The one who ordered to buy, the one who bought, the one who sold it, the one who cooked, the one who served, and the one who eats. They're all implicated. Yeah. So similarly with this, why you cannot eat your own cooking? What about to your family members? Again, sometimes when I go home, uh, my family members will cook, like my sister or my brother. I just pray. What can I do? If I said I don't eat what you're cooking, then relationship may,
It's connected.
yeah. So like Prabhupada one time, in those days, Prabhupada will eat also to some of the light members who tried to cultivate. But they're pure veg, they're like brahmanas. And one time they were eating in one of this family. And the disciples, they found out there's some onions there. Prabhupada, there's onions there. There's onions in the food. Prabhupada says, eat it. Don't worry about it. You know why? Because if they, told, that say, hey, there's onions in it, we don't need anything like this. See, Prabhupada he can do that. But we cannot do that, right? So before we go to like occasions that we were invited, you have to let them know that I'm practicing Hare Krishna. So we are vegetarians. And the best thing, you see, karma you can take from grains. That's why on the Ekadasis, we don't eat grains because sin personified enter into these grains. So milk products, fruits, vegetables doesn't have grains, beans, lentils, and so on. You can have. Okay.
Bhaktivinoda Maharaj actually is saying
Mm-mm.
that the karma transfers through salt,
Yeah.
because that's what we in Indian movie called Namak Haram,
Yeah.
Namak Halal, Namak Halal.
Yeah.
That means Namak
Don't
Hayam.
let don't let a person gives you salt from their hands. Okay. Always have salt. If you ask for salt, it should be with a spoon. Yeah. Like sometimes, a devotee, no problem. If still, no. But sometimes they would like to put directly to your food. Don't let them do that. You see, this is not in the scripture, isn't it? It's not in the scripture, but that is the way how we understood these things. Like when you shake hands with somebody, you're also exchanging karma with that person. Seriously. Yeah. You know how the sadhus give blessings? How? Like that, right? Sometimes, Mayavadis, they have like the sun coming out from their hand or something. So when someone like blessings, like many times, Maharaj, give me your blessings. Immediately they're offered their head. I will never touch. Kids, I will do. I will touch their shoulder. But this is they want my hand right there immediately. Children, fine. It's like the family parents will say, Maharaj, please bless our child. Then I will do it like that. Okay? This is not in the Sastra. You will never find it in the Sastra that about this. There are things that it's not you cannot find in the Sastra, but it is there. Any other points or
So
questions?
they have right now texted me that to sing Jagannath Stakam.
Okay.
And
And one last question. One last question. Thanks, Bali.
If I go to any other, if I go to anybody's house, can I eat curd rice? Is it okay? That is
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Is that your favorite? Just pray to Lord Krishna. Okay? Itago Sitana Premanande!
Sing here.
One final question.
One final question.
We heard that Srila Prabhupada's sister, Pisima,
Pisima.
she was cooking,
She
she was cooking
cooking.
meat to her husband.
Huh?
Meat.
Okay, so
So the point is, let's say a devotee,
yeah.
let's say her husband is a non-devotee,
Yes.
and if her husband is asking her to cook omelette,
Yes.
uh,
What to do?
what to do?
Hare Krishna. As a duty, the wife should cook. Your duty as a wife, you have to cook for the husband. That's it. Well, that's her duty as the wife. And hopefully that the husband will understand that the wife's feeling. Sometimes if this is the case, the family if there's someone who eats meat, they will eat outside. Not to this, so as not to disturb the family. This is very rare. I've heard of this kind of question before. Some Matajis ask this. But I hope there's nothing that kind of case in here because this is very serious. But at the same time, as the wife or the husband, they have to cook. Usually, it is Mataji's territory, the kitchen. So what to do? Yes. Okay, who's gonna sing Jagannath Astakam?
Vaishnavi.
First, like before we do that, I just want to give an announcement. So first, we would like to thank His Holiness